So I was watching YouTube and this video came up. It was about an African tribe starting a new kingdom in Scotland.
Welcome to the so-called Kingdom of Kubala, where a self-proclaimed African tribe reclaiming land taken from their ancestors 400 years ago.
And honestly, all of that night and the next morning, I couldn't stop thinking about it.
And they call themselves the King, the Queen, and the Handmaiden.
Is it some kind of performance art or a protest? Or was this a straight-up cult?
And it has become somewhat of a spectacle here in Scotland. Clearly, this is a very unusual sight.
So on a whim, I decided to drive up to Scotland to see if I could meet them and find out for myself. But it was only really on the way up that I discovered there was so much more to this story than I could have ever imagined.
Our home has been bent to the ground.
Manipulative and coercive behaviour.
The first thing a cult is known to do is separate you from those that love you.
She had all her children taken away from her.
Jean being arrested, spending time in prison.
Someone's just sent me images of their previous home and wow, what is that?
She was groomed and manipulated. Lady Safi is not here anymore.
I knew that the tribe was located near an industrial estate in the village of Jedburgh. Maybe the Scottish residents here could give me a better understanding of what I was headed into. Have you guys heard about the kingdom?
Of Kubala?
Yeah. And I'm trying to find some people who know anything about the Kingdom of Kubala.
Oh, God. No, you're not going in a bit. Oh, no. I don't get anything about them, to be honest, so... Oh, Jesus.
Do you mind? Can I ask you some questions about it?
No,
really?
No, honestly.
Just don't want
If
it.
you want to go and speak to him today, you need to take a gift for him.
There was an incident, their tent got burned down. Been handed several eviction notices by the council and the court, and they've ignored them all. They abused their children, and that's why they got taken off them.
They're like living up the drive, and then they came into the school one time while I was in there. On the post, like, there's so much hate. Someone's charging all of their phones and stuff.
Nah, man. I think it's already a foregone thing, man, you know.
Yeah, really?
With the people's interest in them, I think it's kind of making them grow closer because they're kind of seeing themselves as misfits or outcasts, and everyone else is sort of like now the enemy, basically. So that it's like delusions of grandeur. I think it's really, really foregone.
What do you know about the Kingdom of Kubala?
I know nothing. I know nothing. Ask him.
Basically like a tourist attraction, but a bad one, like a really bad one. They go on TikTok live all the time, and it's really bad.
What do your parents think about the...
They hate them. They absolutely hate it. They think that they should leave, and they don't. They really hate them. I can't lie.
The locals didn't seem happy about it. They'd been taking matters into their own hands.
Look at this. Look at this. This is happening right now.
Multiple eviction orders, attacks, and setting their tents on fire.
Our home, a tent, has been bent to the ground.
But despite all of that, the tribe stayed put. Why did the locals want them gone so badly? There was obviously something powerful motivating them to be here. So what was really going on in those woods? With mixed feelings, I began searching for Kubala in the woodland on the outskirts of town. Nah, I literally just read some new stuff about it and thought I could figure it out basically by just jumping into the woods. Obviously, I'm lucky I bumped into you.
Back down this road, when you get to the junction at the bottom, turn right to come back into Jed.
Okay.
And that's just further down there.
I'm looking for the Kingdom of Kubala. Yeah. I wanted to come and meet you guys. I saw some stuff about you on the internet and I thought it looked really interesting.
For you to meet the king, you have to bring a gift or a gift.
I brought a gift for you.
I'll go and inform the king. Who are you?
I'm Drew Taylor. Hello, how's it going?
So you can speak to me. So this is Asna, the handmaiden.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm great. Nice to meet you.
I'm Drew. How's it going?
Drew. We don't really shake hands.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, you got to let me know what's going on. I just saw some stuff on the internet and thought it was fascinating, like what you guys were up to. So I thought I'd come and meet you if you wanted to speak to me.
Yeah, I'll speak to the king. Is this for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Drew.
That's
we are
right.
very grateful.
What was your name, sir?
I'm Asnat.
Asnat.
Yes,
Nice.
friends and family call me Asnat.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Drew. How's it going?
Drew, this is from Asnat.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, my king, he did. I'll present them to you. They're on the table.
We do not eat pork.
Pork? Oh, sorry, do you want me to take that?
Yeah, so you can remove the pork.
Is everything else okay?
Everything else is fine.
Welcome once again.
Thank you.
We are the tribe of Kubala.
Amai Kubala, Ziona, Ziona.
They were surprisingly welcoming to me. The kingdom seemed friendly.
Nobody can stop Kubala. Obviously, we have to be skeptical of strangers because this is our home.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you feel if people just walked into your living room?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Their introductions were wrapped in a mythology they'd constructed around themselves. They never used their real names, only the ones that they'd chosen. King Atahene, Queen Nandi, and handmaiden Asna. Since 2022, the king and queen have been posting on TikTok and Facebook religious memes, long talks, and these public stunts. They describe themselves as pioneers of a new world order that starts with their Hebrew Israelite kingdom rising right here in Scotland.
For this kingdom is the kingdom of the Creator.
Their story started gaining traction in 2025 when Asnat arrived from America and the three of them began living in the woods here. In their early videos, I noticed there were other handmaidens before Asnat. Their daughter Nakai appears at some point, and then there was Lady Safi, another young girl who was previously part of the kingdom.
I am Lady Safi, the first lady of the Northern Kingdom. And for we must return back to this land and the Northern Kingdom. And let those with ears hear. Lady Safi has spoken.
What had happened to her? And why did she leave? Lady Safi was also from America. Her real name was Alia Johnson. She joined the kingdom as a handmaiden, aged 18.
Well, I would say the king is mighty handsome, and this is his birthright.
Which, from what I understand, basically means being the king's second wife and helping the queen tend to him.
I am like a tree with branches, leaves, and fruits. So if I find a woman who belongs to me, they are already made like a branch of me. Hence, when they come, they are connected through what they are linked to me. The tree will become very beautiful before the world. So Nandi is like a female version of me. Asnat will be a part of me, which will come. This woman will be a part of me. This woman will be a part of me. And they all have a code which I only know. So when I find that code, I know that this person belongs to me. They cannot be envious in my tent, for they are all satisfied according to their rank or hierarchy. And together there is harmony. So once you get all the coordinates matching, then they are ushered inside and they are made to make oaths, covenants, and sacrifices. And once they are in, they understand that it's hard to get out because there is no life after Kubala. Outside Kubala, there is no other life.
Okay, is this all? Because I want my phone and I'm going to get my phone. Aaliyah Johnson, Aaliyah Unique and Johnson. Yeah, not a false reality.
Honestly, it's not clear what exactly happened here, but something had forced her to leave the kingdom abruptly.
Never.
The moment she crosses the airport, she will look back and cry till she dies.
On arriving back in America, she was tragically killed in a road traffic accident.
Aaliyah Johnson was only 20 years old and tragically lost her life last week. Johnson was hit by a car and then an Embark bus when she was crossing the street on Northeast 23rd. Officials say she was pronounced dead on the scene. Loved ones say Aaliyah struggled with mental health issues and was battling them the day the accident happened.
The news was devastating. My sister did suffer from some mental health issues, stuff that we as a family was trying to understand.
Clearly she was struggling with something, and there are plenty of suspicions on TikTok. But understanding this had really changed something for me. I wasn't sure now if I was documenting something real or quietly helping to sustain a potentially harmful illusion.
Some people have come and some people are no more with us. They came to witness the light, but they could not stay in the light. And it's very dangerous with Kubala because our God is not a God who you can joke around with. If you say that you want to eat with him, you must finish eating the food. You don't stop and say that I'm full, I need to go. No, finish eating. When they decide to go, we warn them that don't go. Because should you go, you will not last for long. Because you have seen the inside secrets. And the Creator would not want you to go and tell people what happens inside the inner chambers to bring disgrace to his name. If he judges and he thinks you're not supposed to be alive, he'll remove you. If he says you want to be alive, you'll be alive. So it's not easy to be part of Kubala.
I pray, Yehovah, that you give me a spirit of humility and submission, that I may fulfill my duty, my role, diligently. I thank you, Yehovah, for the rod and the scepter of righteousness and authority that is in the possession of the king and the queen. I pray, Yehovah, that you establish this kingdom before the whole world, that they may know that you are the God who stretched the heavens from east to west. So yeah, the oiling of the feet is a very honorable role that the women do in the kingdom. May you triumph over all of your enemies as they lick the dust of your feet. It is a part of my duty to make sure that the king's feet are oiled every day. And as I pray at his feet, I pray over him. It's my daily prayer for the king. Everything I have done, from being in captivity in Egypt to sit and get the fire. And it's amazing.
It made me nervous about Asnat, given what had happened to the girl in her role previously. If she was at risk, I couldn't avoid the responsibility I felt being an outsider to all of this. I still couldn't see why she wanted to leave her family to be here.
And there's this young woman reported missing from Dallas, Texas. She, they say, is the handmaiden, but her real name is Cora Taylor, an aspiring lawyer who vanished amid a family fallout. Now, speaking exclusively to Sky News, her mother claims she was lured, coerced to Scotland.
The first thing a cult is known to do is separate you from those that love you. They utilized the funds that they had at their disposal to send for her. They made that happen. She did not have the means. Totally brainwashed her. I hear her say things like, they're the only ones who care for her. That's a cult. Just come home, darling.
When you do tell your story, they won't believe you. They'll dig and they'll be so angry at the fact that you're even speaking up. They'll be more angry at you for speaking up and telling your story before they even consider what you're saying to be the truth. I'm a young woman, so they believe young women. And it's very twisted like that because, as we also said before, if I was a prostitute, no one would bat an eye, no one would care. In fact, the whole time I was in the U.S., as I said before, my mother abandoned me, even as a child. She was never there. She never cared where I was, what I was doing, who I was with, who I was around. She never cared. So the fact that I'm here now living a noble life and she's missing me so desperately and she has all the tears. When you know how she is, who she is as a person, to see her cry is like, she doesn't cry. She does not cry. And she's been through a lot. But for her to be crying now as if I'm bound in chains walking around here, like, yeah, it's just funny. It's just funny to me. Yeah, reporters ask me all the time, are you here by free will? Are you being trafficked? Are you being this? Are you being that? And honestly, it does piss me off, but I'm getting to the point now to where I understand it comes with a package. The king said something one day, it's like throwing a party and then getting mad when people show up. Like, you have to understand that this is what you signed up for, literally. So I understand, and I have thick skin. I've been through enough. I was beaten really brutally by my mother, almost on an every single day basis. The days that I wasn't beaten was because she wasn't there. My aunt was a very, perverted woman as well. She molested me when I was very young, and I was groomed by her most of my life. It took me, and I'll say like well into my adult years, to even know that I was a victim of molestation because of how twisted the family was and how they make you believe that certain things, you just come into...
When you're a child and your innocence is taken from you, you think
they
it's
tell
normal.
you that it's a normal thing.
You won't know any better.
And even knowing that they've done the same or similar things to other children, you begin to just think that it's normal. I was always by myself in the States. I literally spent maybe 2-3 years in my room by myself. After living like that for so long, it gets to a point where like, okay, I'm not that little girl no more. I'm a grown woman. I'm not here to talk about all the horrible things my mommy did to me and why, because even that, it doesn't matter, you know, having the king as a friend, a companion, and like a father figure. It heals the little girl in me every single day. The queen is like the mother that I wanted.
So you say it's like a parental relationship, but can it also be sexual?
Well, he is my husband, the same as it has always worked with the Hebrews, with our 4 mothers and 4 fathers. The queen gives me to the king. So when I'm being summoned by the king, the queen will tell the king, go into my handmaiden. If the time comes that she wants me to conceive a child for her, she just gives me to the king.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the simplest way to put it.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be as well.
I couldn't shake the feeling that Asnat couldn't see how the same lines crossed in her childhood between parental affection and sexual intimacy were being blurred here again in Kubala. It's so hard to recognize danger when you've been raised in an environment where care and harm are intertwined. But her relationship with the Queen seemed sweet.
Yeah.
The Queen has 7 children of her own. Why were they not living here all together?
We're worried about things that have happened in the past with you other children, and we're worried that you're not wanting to access any NHS services at the moment.
They come into my house every single day. People, I want you to know this, the world. I don't trust them. And when I tell my children that don't trust these people, they write in their reports that I am abusing my children. They take our children and give it to Edomites who don't even know what to do with their hair. This Edomite is supposed to be a better carer to my daughter than me. I am the mother of Shaka. If I have to ban this country...
Some of the accusations online are extreme.
They're not allowed to see their other children. Why is that, Jane? Is that maybe because you try to kidnap your children back?
I pray fire over this house. May calamity come in this street until my children are brought back to their borders.
It's been a very, very painful journey. What people don't understand is that to be a queen, it's very, very hard to be a queen. There's so many things that I cannot do. There's so many things that
She can't say.
Yeah, I can't say. For where much is given, much is expected and much is required. When you know your calling, it's a beautiful thing. But no, it's not like I have it easy because I'm the queen. No, I have accepted the portion that Yahweh has given to me and I have taken it on. I've just accepted the calling. But this calling has come with blood, with fire. I've been in prison. For example, Asnod has not been in prison.
Never.
I have had my babies ripped from me in a very cruel way, separated from my children. So this journey that I've walked is not a journey that any woman in Kubala can walk. Hence, Yahweh has chosen me to stand beside the king as his queen. Well, I spent almost 6 months on remand.
The two of them?
Just in prison, just locked up really, without any evidence. Then after 6 months, they just unlock the door and say you can go. They say it's extreme beliefs that are harmful to children. Our practice of putting ashes on our face, the things that we do. In this country, a lot of women who have gone through what we've had to go through, where children are just stolen from you, don't even survive this.
Their mental health can't.
Yeah.
By this point, I feel like I was starting to get it. Both Asnat and the Queen were running away from pain in different ways. Here in their world, they were safe, far away from the mess of real life. But I still didn't get the king. What was he running from? Then I found this. Before Kubala, the king was running several businesses, including a media company called Black British Entertainment Limited. Turns out, the king has had a career on camera before. He was being interviewed by the BBC in 2014 under the name Nino, a famous Ghanaian opera singer.
Now singing for us, here is Nino.
I don't know what happened to his businesses, but the guy knows media. He knows how to entertain an audience, and he definitely knows how to perform. And when you think about it, the only reason any of this works is because they have an audience to perform to on social media. I don't think it's a coincidence that he worked in media and had a career as a performer.
They know not that the rise has come. They know not that everything that happens in Kubala is symbolic.
The Kingdom of Kubala is like a modern-day soap opera for TikTok, unfolding in real life and completely interactive.
The more they say to us, evict, evict, the more the gifts keep coming.
It takes a lot of work to keep up an internet presence like that, but it's exactly what supports that fantasy world. Just as I was getting ready to leave, a face I recognized appeared.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
That's just some...
Is this for the king?
That's for you guys, yeah?
Okay, sounds great.
Wondering if we could just have another wee chat with
Hi,
you
Douglas.
guys. That's okay? Just about the situation. You will be arrested if you do not remove yourselves immediately. That is what the courts are saying.
It was the Sky News reporter, the one who had filmed the video that sparked this whole journey for me. He was back to film a follow-up.
What do you say to the accusation that you have brainwashed Cora?
Brainwashing is the best thing ever to happen to man, if it is coming from the right source. For everyone's brain needs to be washed.
Can you see why many people would accuse you of manipulative and coercive behaviour?
Now watching the news being filmed in real life, it was so easy to see through the performance.
I am the queen, the wife of the king.
In Kubala, the cameras aren't intruding, they're essential. This is survival through attention, and the truth becomes whatever fuels the engagement online. Without donations from people like me bringing food, could they keep living here?
This is a video from your mum. This is your mum with a video message. Do you have any response? Your mum is crying.
Look at this, my queen.
Imagine how she used to beat you up last night. This is the woman who used to beat you every single day.
I feel like Asnat's mother and the queen had more in common than they realised. They've both clearly hurt their children, but remain desperate for them to return home. The next day, the tribe was gone, evicted and arrested. The residents of Jedburgh had won, and the kingdom had fallen.
Asnat is in the back of a police van, a black one. And my king is in the back of it.
For now, the Queen and Asnat are continuing to make TikToks from a council flat with the new storyline. But I feel like the new season has lost its edge. I don't think Kubala was ever about bloodlines or land. I think it was an escape from pain and the past. And maybe that's why it stuck with me. Because in a world where everyone is performing online, they just took it further than most.